right, back with our fourth match of the day. Men's pro doubles here at the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. Very excited for this matchup. All four players on the court. Obviously studs out here on the tour, getting themselves in these spots quite often. But often when we get in these matchups, Dom, there might be something to pick on. Maybe someone has really good offense, but their hands are a little slower. Maybe there's a consistent player, but they don't have the put-away power. All four guys on this court have it all.
Yes.
They can dink, they can play soft, they can reset, they can power counterattack, they can create off the bounce or out of the air. So I am very, very excited to see what's in store for us.
What I like to kind of see out of these two teams too is you see, let's go quote, bigger guys, right? On the side. Andre Daescu and Dylan Frazier, Andre being the bigger guy, right? JW Johnson, Dekel Barr being the bigger guy. Who's going to pull the trigger first on either side, though? It's going to be either JW's going to probably pull it first before Dekel, and Dylan's going to probably pull it first before Andre, as Dekel and Andre like to play the soft game and set themselves up nicely. So it's kind of almost a little difference if you were looking at this court. But as we have that bracket up for you here and how these teams got there, Lohani and Donkina, I saw those guys yesterday as your 27 seed made the semifinals. They were absolutely ridiculous. These boys out of Minnesota put on a show yesterday. I loved watching them. They're good for the sport. They lost to JW Johnson and Dekel Barr in that semifinal. They figured them out a little bit, and Johnson and Barr moved on, but then ran into a buzzsaw at Frazier and Daescu in that winter bracket final. But the best part of that double elimination, you get to come back, and now let's pay that revenge, and that's exactly what Johnson and Barr want to do here to Frazier and Daescu.
Yeah, really funny about Lohani and Donkina. I knew I recognized Donkina, and I coached against him in tennis in college.
Of course.
So, yeah, so pretty funny connection there.
That's awesome.
Serving team, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Barr. Game one. Time in. 0-0-2.
Dekel Barr to serve and start us off here. Frazier right on cue putting that ball away. And Adam, you're very familiar with the big guy, Dekel Barr, aren't you?
A little bit, yes.
Some really good pictures. And one of my favorite pickleball pictures ever is of you two that Steve Taylor took at the U.S. Open a couple years ago.
That's two high thirds from each team respectively, but yes, probably been playing tournaments with Dekel as my main partner for 3 or 4 years now, and eventually having to pass him on to a younger version. It was all part of the plan. Nice drive from Frazier with that very short stroke. No tennis background from Dylan Frazier, the only player on the court with no tennis background, even though he has been playing the sport for almost a decade.
Point.
Very methodical point from all four players right there as Frazier and Daescu end up on top of that in a 2-0 lead here early in game one.
Expect to see a lot of dink battles out there, Dom. Yeah, no offense to the ladies who I have mentioned have flat out better points than the guys in most instances.
Right.
But if you make a bad decision to one of these guys, you're going to catch one in the Adam's apple.
Yes, it's not coming back.
For sure. So you just really have to be super delicate with your spot picking and when to speed up when the thunder in all four players' hands is obviously there.
Two missed serves there from Johnson and Barr.
Did I? Oh my gosh, I only saw the second one. How did I miss the first one? The old double whammy. You don't see that too frequently, especially in a gold medal match.
Oh, coming out on top. Daescu and Frazier almost look to have a bounce in their step right now. They came ready to play from the jump.
3-0-1.
Lots of life.
A little wide there from Daescu.
Definitely, and we've kind of seen Deckel and JW settle in to the JW left, Deckel right in this new partnership. They kind of went back and forth for a few tournaments. They seem to have settled on this formation.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We saw them a few tournaments ago where it was Deckel on the left and JW on the right, making that good adjustment. I think JW is a little uncomfortable, and I think Deckel plays a little more comfortable on both sides.
Trying to punch it after a patient few dinks from both teams. And yes, I don't believe there's been any long stretch of JW's young career where he has ever played right. And actually, Deckel was a right side player for the first 2 years or so of his career. So it makes sense that they settle into this formation. And it seems like Dylan Frazier much more flexible as well. You almost always see Andre on the left side.
Oh, nice finish there from Johnson. But yes, you're right. Andre plays a lot with Eden Lika, and Eden, a right-sided player more or less, likes that right side. Him and Eden have played a ton of tournaments together, won a bronze medal at Nationals a couple years ago. Oh, nice find in the middle there. And a side out.
And not a bad counter from Andre Daescu at all. And Deckel Barr right there with the 1-2 combo.
Oh, Barr, after 2 missed serves, you see him take something off that last one.
He has a lot of, we'll talk after this point.
Go ahead, talk about Deckel.
Yes, well, yes, he's very, it's a very much a rhythm thing for him. I've had tournaments where he rips it the entire time because he's feeling it, and then he will definitely lay off if he's not feeling the touch.
Wow, what a reach in there from JW Johnson. And right like you said, I talked with Deckel yesterday in the interview, his serve yesterday was on point. And now he's already backed off it because he's missed a couple.
He'll kick it back up, but yes.
Ball. Right foot, no volley zone.
JW Johnson.
Let's take a look here, Dom. Oh, yeah, he's on it just barely.
Oh, he tried to sneak it back. Didn't work. Didn't work.
4-0-2.
And it feels like it's been a little back and forth because of so many side outs, but it's 4-0.
It's
4-0.
Frazier and Daescu are like, hey, don't watch now or don't look now.
4-1.
That's a nice flip right there from Deckel Barr. And finally, they are on the board here.
1-4-1.
That's 3 backhand mistakes from JW Johnson on a dink so far in game 1. You don't see that very often. He loves that backhand.
Slight pump fake.
Right,
JW,
exactly.
yeah, it just happens sometimes.
4-1-1. Second server.
JW with a nice backhand poke there, forcing Daescu to either volley it or bounce it. Made the wrong decision.
Now he gets away with that right there. Okay, he had Deckel on the stack coming up.
Right.
Why? I don't understand. And I've seen it so much. Going at the person who's already there.
Because these guys protect each other. Their court sense is next level, and JW knows where that serve is, and he can almost even hear Deckel hit the ball behind him. He knows if he's there or not there, and he will protect him. unwinding the stack.
Love it. Good call there, Adam. Oh,
It's in there. The court sense is just uncanny from all these players. They've been doing this a while. They're very seasoned, even if a couple of their ages don't suggest that.
2-5-1. Second server.
Yeah, you knew he missed that one right off the paddle.
he's trying to will it over.
Yeah, that was kind of the Newman, the Riley
Yeah, the
Newman kind of
Riley
wave it, or Lindsey Newman kind of give it the body language, body English.
Oh, Frazier trying a little wrist flick right there.
And it was low, but he is very, very good at that, Dom. So I don't expect him to quit doing that just because he was unsuccessful that time. It's just so deceptive. There's nothing to read. I mentioned it a couple times in some previous matches. There's no take back. There's no I'm going here, going there. He just whips through it, and you got to guess.
Oh, good hands from Daescu off the tape right there.
That's huge hands.
Slaps that ball back down behind J.W. Johnson.
6-3-1.
Oh, nice dig. Frazier popping that one up. He's getting penalized.
Yeah. Well, that point shouldn't even have been happening after that initial get from Frazier. So we'll let him off the hook for that one, okay?
Oh.
Side out.
Yeah, first miss there. That's definitely Andre's spot. Likes to step over to his left, hit an inside-out forehand drop.
Wow, that's a good ball, though. Getting that ball down at the feet and shins of Dylan Frazier.
It's a big man coming in hot.
Ooh, and just like that, Johnson and Barr within one here.
Yeah, points hard to come by. Lots of side out so far in game one, Dom.
Oh, and Barr finding the angle here. This hands battle between these two guys.
The hands are crazy. Dekel, some of the heaviest hands in the game. We've talked a couple times throughout the weekend about kind of heavy hands and fast hands. They're not necessarily the same thing.
No.
But if you can somehow have both, which only a select few can, man, it is such a lethal combination.
And what's the difference that you talk about, a heavy hand versus fast hands? A heavy hand being what?
Right, where it just comes off with a lot of life off the paddle. So maybe you're not sitting one way and able to stab another one to get it, but when you are on it, and they do hit it to the spot that you want, you can thunder that ball back with a ton of velocity and almost hit it as an offensive shot. Maybe the hand speed is you're leaning one way and able to get back to the other, or just able to keep a nice short stroke when you get jammed up or they come into your body and you're able to handle it. So two different things. There's definitely some overlap on both of those, but only, like I said, only a few players really have that combination of both.
Server, 2 timeouts remaining.
We've seen a lot of J.W. Johnson hitting third shots here instead of Barr. Maybe a strategy here from Daescu and Frazier, not wanting to deal with the big third shot drive of Dekel Barr that he prefers. But you know it, playing next to him a lot. He loves to drive, and everybody's like, oh, well, Dekel's all power. Well, he does like to drive that third, but watch 90% of his fifths. They're
Exactly.
drops,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
He's
For sure.
just gaining
For sure.
ground.
Yes.
and Barr had Daescu lean in middle.
I always make fun of Deckel. That's his only trick on the right side, is that little slice side spin forehand he has, but he definitely had Andre leaning middle.
Side out.
Great job of neutralizing there in a very defensive position as Daescu was moving forward and the big man Deckel Barr letting that third shot drive fly.
Oh, good leave.
Yes,
what hands.
but no, seriously, Dom. And when you get in these firefights, these boys are just thundering and thudding the ball, and then JW just, oop, I'm gonna let that one go in the middle of a firefight. So tough.
Side out.
We had it.
Yeah,
we had it. It was coming in the booth there.
Tough spot, because when Deckel, say for instance, when I play the right, I step to my right and load up with my backhand Dom, but Deckel with that reach, he can step to his right and still cover so much with that backhand counter.
Remember that lead that Frazier and Daescu had built? Gone.
Hey, what happened, Dom?
Gone.
No mas.
Wow.
Great spot from Dub.
9-6-1. Point.
Yeah, I would question the step back drive at J-Dub's chest. Maybe 1 out of 10 you try that, but I wouldn't have that as a sustainable strategy throughout this match.
No. Wow, and J.W. Johnson and Deckel Barr just cleaning it up quickly. They'd gone down by 4 or 5 early, come back and win by a score of 11-6 over Dylan Frazier and Andre Daescu. We'll take a commercial break. Game 2 coming up next here at the APP Chicago Open, presented by Lexus. Game number 2 coming up right now here on Championship Court. Pro men's doubles here at the APP Chicago Open, presented by Lexus. Game 1 going to J.W. Johnson and Deckel Barr by a score of 11-6 over, I almost said Adam Frazier, baseball player. Deckel Barr, J.W. Johnson over Dylan Frazier and Andre Daescu. Frazier and Daescu coming out of that winner's bracket. If they win the 2 out of 3, it's over. If Johnson and Barr win this 2 out of 3, we'll have another game to 15 here, Adam. Wow, what digs from Johnson there, Adam? You're nodding your head.
I love those points with everything. No one makes a bad decision. Right ball to speed up, firefight, and then that's what it's all about. That's pickleball, guys.
Ball. Right foot. No volley zone.
That's the second time.
Twice.
Yeah. Dub got caught with that right toe.
J-Dub got the wrong shoes on today? What's going on?
He's got Deckel shoes on.
You don't want those.
Yeah.
Oh, Frazier all over that, too. I don't think he expected it to be that easy of a ball.
Oh, I thought J-Dub was going to destroy that.
So did I.
He just kind of pushed it back over.
Point.
Nice dinking. Yeah, nice dinking.
just deflating when you see
Yes,
that, like
yeah.
a ball that.
Oh.
1-2-1.
He doesn't miss that. Oh, wow, nice read there from Daescu as Barr got handcuffed at his feet here. You watch this ball, almost hits his right foot.
Right, I know. Yeah, good Ernie from Andre, who loves to do that on the left side and been doing it more and more the last few months.
Point.
Andre been a good player for years, 3-4 years at least,
For
right?
sure.
But I'm not wrong though. In the last year, he's gotten so much better, right? He's
Yes.
just improved his game. He's really worked on it.
And that's what happened, Dom, is he was working a lot early in his career, and he has gotten the go-ahead from his club Ballon Isles to travel to tournaments more, and he's taking full advantage.
It's showing in his game and where he's at pretty much every tournament on the medal stand.
Exactly, and you can see it. That's what I was talking about with more Ernies. He might be a little fatigued previously. Now he can let it all go. He's in better physical condition, and he's in better touch and feel condition as well, with a lot more court time this last year, 18 months or so.
A nice ball right there by Johnson. Daescu expecting something different there.
Yeah, for sure. If you can get that big Romanian on the full stretch, you hit a very good shot, Dom.
Point.
Yeah, Deckel knew it.
3-3-2.
Oh, it clips Deckel Barr. The ball
Yep.
may have gone out if he can get out of the way here.
One of the disadvantages of being gigantic. There's a lot of advantages too, but there's also some disadvantages that go with it.
Oh, nice finish there from Daescu again.
Tough bounce, Deckel on the return, forcing him late to the kitchen line. And he paid the price with a great drive from Daescu.
Oh, Johnson leaving that reset up a little high. Again, very similar to game one. Frazier and Daescu getting out to a little bit of a lead here. And we got a timeout from Johnson and Barr now. What's the difference here, and why have Frazier and Daescu jumped out again here, Adam?
They've just been they've been cleaner and crisp. I think in game one they did, what happened was I think they got in some proper dink rallies, and unfortunately they left a couple high and paid the price by JW Johnson and Deckel Barr finishing on some of those high dinks, and then because of that they went away from that consistent pattern and started to force a couple attacks earlier than they would. So I think that they just need to be solid, get to the kitchen line, dink, and look for opportunities to attack. And even if that doesn't work a couple times, don't veer away from that strategy. Now, if it doesn't work a lot of times, then sure, maybe make an adjustment. But trust that you are a good dinker, a solid dinker, which they are, and can wait for those right spots, and no need to force anything. So I think that's what happened a little bit in game one, and let's see if they can stay in their preferred patterns here and seal this game to a victory and force a game three.
Time in. 6-3-2.
A little long on that block right there. That's a good drive, though, from Daescu.
Great drive.
7-3-2.
Dipping spin.
Side out.
You mentioned a little bit about Dylan Frazier not having a tennis background. Andre playing tennis at the University of Oklahoma, and Deckel Barr playing a little pro tennis.
3-7-1.
Andre says stop doing that. I think that's a couple forehand dinks where he's just been reaching a little too far. Great hands from Dylan Frazier on the initial thunder from Dekel Barr, but the combination too much.
5-7-1. Point.
And again, it's now Johnson and Barr coming back again.
Exact same situation.
Yeah. Nice move there from Daescu. Again, it helps to be 6'10".
Yeah, you used to only be able to Ernie like from the kitchen on a dink up the line. Now you can Ernie from the middle of the court.
Right. Oh, and Barr catching the tape right there, and well, so much for that lead.
77, just like that, Dom.
All gone.
What did I say first game? No mas.
No mas.
lead,
yeah.
Lead no mas. Wow, maybe those dink airs out of the air on the forehand side from Andre Daescu playing into that forehand dink pop-up. He lightly tosses that Selkirk paddle into the ground in frustration.
Well, it was just 7-3, Frazier and Daescu leading. And in about a matter of 3-4 minutes, Johnson and Barr answered 5-0 run of their own, and they are now in the lead, 8-7. Looking to push the game to 15.
Yeah, definitely. And besides for the 3 or 4 uncharacteristic cross-court dink errors from J.W. Johnson, the cleanness from the kitchen and the dinking from Dekel and J.W. has been there.
Yes.
Besides for that little hiccup that J.W. had.
Yeah, Dekel and J.W. have cleaned it up ever since that. They called a timeout. They came back in. They regrouped. And that's what good players do. And then we talked about it earlier, where good players making good adjustments in game, not after the match, not after the game, in game. And that's what J.W. Johnson and Dekel Barr have done.
And the thing is, Dom, it's so hard to do in the moment.
Yeah.
So, you know, hindsight's 20/20. You look back at film, you're like, oh my God. But those are the players that take it to the next level when they can do it in the moment. So difficult.
And that's why I'm such a big proponent on coaching in pickleball. If you have a coach, or if you can, no one's good enough not to be coached. Our longest point here, Adam. Oh, and Johnson trying to misdirect that. Missed it badly. It wasn't even close right there.
I mean, yeah, if it didn't clip the tape, it was still going to miss by several inches. But yes, great patience. Textbook dink rally.
No. Oh, no way.
And that would have been trouble, too, if it went over, Dom.
Yeah. Oh, God. It was dipping.
7-8-2. Side out.
Yeah, tons of spin. I mean, that was the biggest. We've talked about his carve all day. That was the biggest one, I think.
8-7-1.
Missed opportunity there for Frazier and Daescu.
Point.
Yeah, I agree. Not maybe obviously from a score perspective, but even that mental, you know, to get that ball back and not get one and then give it back over to Johnson and Barr, that's tough.
There's the third hard and then the fifth soft. Again, it's nothing. It's nothing that he's surprising anyone with. Anyone who knows the game and watches our live stream, I point it out all the time. But it doesn't matter. You still have to execute on it. Ooh, the speed up from Daescu right at the body of Johnson.
Right. At least that time he was at the kitchen. The previous time he was a couple feet off. So I'll give him credit for it, making a little bit better decision there. Wow, that was looked from right from the beat, Andre was ready to let that ball go out, and great decision by him.
8-9-1.
As Barr hit it a little too hard.
Oh, and he just catches the line right there.
So did they call a stay, or was that just a product of what happened? Looky here. Dekel was coming in on the left side, Dom. Interesting.
Yeah. It's a good catch right there, Adam.
Maybe possibly a half stack they're looking at. I don't know. No, here they go right back to it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Great hands again, and it's that J.W. Johnson we saw in singles, right? He likes to reach in and get that flick. Here it is.
And the thing is it's an amazingly quality shot. It's so hard with so much spin, but he usually does go to the same spot pretty frequently. So while it is an amazing shot, you can get a little read on it, and with Andre's length, he was able to crash back to the middle and hit a great response on the JW speed up.
And you're exactly right. It's readable, right? And why is it readable? Because it's a very difficult shot, right? Because you don't have many. It's not like he has 6 options from way out in front.
For sure.
It's literally just he's trying to speed that up and flip that at you. It's not like he can go too much angle or do anything other than just that speed up flat out.
Right, and he's often doing it from a, mid-thigh knee level position. So to get underneath that ball, lifted over the high part of the net up the line to the short court is just more difficult. So he does often go to the left hip of the player in front of him, kind of more to the middle with that ball. So great read by Andre, knowing that pattern and being there with some great hands and great length.
Timeout. Let's see if it works here for Johnson and Barr as Frazier and Daescu answer, come back and have a 1-point lead, and are on first server trying to force a third game. No way. What? Ball got past Frazier. He had no clue that Dekel was back there. He had no clue that Andre was back there.
Andre's like, yeah, we're in, come on out.
Dylan, before the line.
Interesting.
Let's check this. Yeah, it's going to be hard to see. Oh, it's way in.
Yeah, way in.
Oh, it's way in.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, big man hit hard. It's hard to see that one, when he goes cross court like that. So, but yes.
It was way in. It was in by like a foot.
Yeah, and Dylan, as soon as he saw how adamant Dekel was, he let him have it.
Oh, my no.
Goodness. Wow.
Dekel with a little smile of his own right there.
Dekel's been doing that a little more frequently, the pop lock and drop it, where he drops down and just slaps that ball with the forehand for a counterattack.
That scorpion.
The scorpion.
Second server.
Finish him. Dated myself again. Mortal Kombat old school.
You did.
Old school Mortal Kombat.
Wow, that inside-out attack from Daescu, that's nasty right here. Here it is.
And when he's at full extension, he really does like to go inside out. You see Dub leaning middle. Great shot from Andre Daescu, using every inch of his, whatever it is, 6'4", 6'5" frame. Bad luck.
And catching the tape right there and dropping over.
10-10-2.
Yeah. Oh, Frazier getting on top of that right there, able to get it down at Johnson's feet.
And often with a non-tennis player, they don't have that swing from the side. They cover the chest and the head and the body extremely well.
Scorpion, there it is right there. You see him squat down, anticipate this before it even gets hit.
Because he knows where the ball is.
Look at this. Wow. I mean, that's making yourself small.
For sure. And this great athleticism. He's got a long way to go to get down there. J-Dub upset with himself. Good solid ball on the first one, but couldn't get the power he needed on number 2. There's that short stroke, a little misdirect from Barr up the line. And J.W. Johnson with the incredible short stroke power on the forehand side.
Daescu, big finish right there.
I mean, that's great hands from Andre. That initial, to get inside out and get over to J-Dub's backhand off of that very good shot from Daescu Barr.
Daescu initiating that right there with the flip, then can't finish here because Daescu Barr too high to his forehand side. He's going to finish that pretty much every day.
Wow, he's right on it, and it was such a beautiful rip from Dylan, and then the softball with the two-handed backhand. So, man, right on it, but clipping the tape. Ball back over.
Oh, no.
I mean, unbelievable. What can you do?
There's nothing.
Nothing.
Right off the right shoulder.
12-11-1.
And match point here for Johnson and Barr to force the game to 15. Oh, Barr almost gets that over off the handle.
Yeah, great hand speed from Dylan Frazier. Really, really quick hands.
12-11-2.
Oh, J.W. Johnson ending it with an Ernie. 11-6, 13-11. We're going to the game to 15.
We're going to the game to 15.
Again here on Championship Court. We'll be back with that game to 15 after these messages from your sponsors here at the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. Welcome back to the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. We're going to the game to 15 men's pro doubles. J.W. Johnson and Daescu Barr take the 2 out of 3, forcing Andre Daescu and Dylan Frazier to pull that game of 15 out of their back pocket here, Adam. What's going to be the difference maker here for Frazier and Daescu to answer losing in the 2 out of 3 to Johnson and Barr?
No, it's tough. It's tough to come back from that. We talked. You heard Federico in the interview. He was talking about how frustrated he was after losing that 2 out of 3, and then coming back. So just staying focused, sticking with the game plan. Making those good decisions and getting out to a quick start is obviously good. In terms of, something specific or technical, you notice there's a lot of middle dinks going on, a lot of movement at the kitchen line when all 4 players get up there. So I look for more of the same, and really it's just going to come down to spot picking, Dom. These guys, they're so good at getting in with their third shots and their third shot drives, fifth shot drops, that we're going to see a high percentage of these points, all 4 players at the kitchen, and I expect to see some good stuff.
All right, so as we come back in here, it'll be Daescu Barr to serve. Daescu Barr, J.W. Johnson on the near end, Daescu Barr in the all-navy, J.W. Johnson in the red. On the far end, Andre Daescu in the white cap. Dylan Frazier in the gray chicken and pickle shirt. Ready to go here, 1 game to 15.
I told you they're really good at getting to the kitchen on their third shots there.
Right.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. That's on you.
0-1.
Oh, he doubles up with that little forehand flip down the line, Adam.
That's right. Only trick. Worked that time.
0-0-2.
Oh, Daescu's all over that speed up from Barr.
Yeah, very on it. Daescu likes to step back and hit that inside-out forehand kind of at the body. And Daescu stepped to his left and really crushed the forehand, but just caught the tape.
Oh, he got it back. Good talk there from Daescu. Do not hit that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But yeah, crazy hands on that first ball with the kind of the Ernie overhead from Andre Daescu. And somehow Daescu picked it up.
Again, it's like deja vu.
Literally the exact same pattern.
0-0-1.
Oh, good lead right there. Good court recognition, knowing where he's at. Daescu not playing that ball.
Yeah, it's difficult, especially when you're just inside the baseline.
Wow, good spot there from J.W. Johnson.
Yep, just sustained, controlled pressure. Never broke form, never did too much, just kept the foot on the pedal and won the point.
Johnson was ducking, thinking Barr was coming and swinging at that.
Yeah, well, I can't blame him for that.
$15 seconds.
What did he say? 15 seconds?
Yeah, he called the timeout. He fixed something on the net. Referee.
Okay, gotcha.
Time in. 0-1-1.
Oh, again, Scorpion Daescu Barr. His new nickname right now.
Yeah, on it.
He's successful with it, though. This is the thing.
The thing is, with the Scorpion, good or bad, the point's pretty much over. You know, so the thunder with that Scorpion is, as you can see, Andre trying to get out of the way and can't.
All right, it's one strike and over.
That's it.
It's either going to work or it's not. Oh, what a drop here, and it helps that he's about 6'5".
For sure, but you waited to the last second. Waited to the last second, and nice touch from the big man.
Second server.
Yep, and not an obvious attack from Daescu Barr, kind of one of those yellow attacks, but successful with Andre late loading forehand.
Yeah. 1-1-1.
JW, a little Scorpion of his own.
Yep, a little mini Scorpion.
A little mini Scorpion.
For sure. He's a visual learner.
Yes, he is. Taking it in. 1 point lead for Johnson and Barr. Just long there off the paddle of Dylan Frazier.
He says, let's go this way. Let's see if he stays. He does not. Nice hands getting big in the middle from Andre. Putting that second ball back quickly to J-Dub, who can't make quality contact pushing it wide.
I think he was upset with himself that he got too wristy there. He got real wristy and pulled it out. Where was Daescu going on that?
He was just going to get off the court. He was doing the Daniel Moore, where sometimes Daniel Moore, he'll just fall down. So he sees someone attacking from a certain position, he just falls to the ground. He doesn't even give it a chance to go in. And crazy, he's usually right. See, just like that, it's the full bail. It's the full bail. It is basically almost impossible for Andre Daescu to keep that ball in. So just run off the court.
Yeah, and it's a 5-1 lead on second server here for Johnson and Barr as they're trying to double dip Frazier and Daescu here. It just doesn't seem like Frazier and Daescu have gotten in any sort of a rhythm throughout the 2 out of 3 and so far here in this game to 15.
Yeah, maybe some pockets where they had some construction with points, but nothing sustained for sure. So it's you're like, okay, they got a pattern going here. They're working this spot or that spot, and then all of a sudden, a couple minutes later, there's a little more chaos going on. So I think you're exactly right, Dom. Just finding what they need to, sticking with it, and then holding that for some period of time is definitely going to be what it takes to get them back in here.
Yeah, so we'll see what out of this timeout, anything gets solved here for Daescu and Frazier.
Yeah, and we saw Frazier missed a couple, and I think he missed a fourth or two. Andre loaded a couple times and was unsuccessful with his counter, and as you see, hit a ball or two out on those low speed ups, and all of a sudden that's a 4-point lead.
5-1-2.
Just a half a step short right there.
Yeah, it's a good look. That's what Deckel's trying to do. He's either driving to set up dub for a poach, or he's driving to get an easy fifth. One of those two options. Nice short stroke power from Dub. Dylan trying to pick up that two-handed block from his toes. Can't do it.
Barr had a good read on the speed up, cleared himself just enough, but off the top of the net.
Yeah, it's exactly right. He did step to his right and cleared his body out of the way. I think Andre jumped too early.
Yeah, he was hitting it on his way down.
That's exactly right. Lost his balance, a little premature on the jump, and forced an error.
Ooh, that's a good ball down the line there.
I kind of feel like he was trying to body up Dub, and it just happened to go in. I'm not sure he was even trying to keep that ball in. He's just trying to body him up. It worked out. It hit both lines.
Yeah, a little confusion right there.
Definitely,
right?
Yeah, definitely. And I've actually seen Andre do that more frequently the last couple months, just trying to body someone up and then clean up on the subsequent ball or two. Didn't used to have that in his game as frequently.
Got it. Second server.
Looks like they're staying here, Dom.
2-5-2.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder why. I mean, there hasn't really been. He's had basically no points on that left side.
Oh, and J.W. Johnson doing a good job of sliding and clearing his body on that one.
For sure. Because it was a very quality speed up from Dylan Frazier, and I think he should have spent. It was a good decision and a good shot.
Oh, and Barr almost overran it. He was there, and it almost got too close to him.
5-3-2.
There's that big serve from Barr. He's got it dialed back in now.
For sure, and a big pep in the step from Andre Daescu moving back to the baseline. He is ready to take the lead, hopefully.
Second server.
Yeah, tough spot. Right at his feet, didn't have many options, throwing up that defensive lob.
3-5-2.
Wow, that's not a ball that Frazier's going to miss very often right there in the middle.
Definitely. He was, yeah, it was a little ambitious from Daescu. Not a bad attack, but I wouldn't say a good one. So, you know, an average attack to the Dylan Frazier backhand is probably not the total recipe for success, but it very much worked that time.
15 seconds. Time in. 5-3-1.
Nice loose arm from Andre,
Server.
slapping that overhead. Too much pace for Daescu to handle.
5-3-2. Side out.
Another side out here for Frazier and Daescu. Have to answer, though. Been stuck on 3 for a while. Got a couple side outs, but did not answer and score.
Oh, just missed.
Just missing that. I thought it was in. Just kept sailing long.
Yeah, no real top spin. Barely cleared the net, but just no spin to bring it back.
Point.
Oh, a little impatience there from Johnson.
Yeah, that we'll call that one orange. That was the
Yeah,
orange,
it was
the orange
orange.
speed of it.
Yes,
It wasn't
yes.
totally red, but I would probably would have dinked that one back.
Yeah. Another orange.
Another
right
orange,
there.
right? Just in case you guys don't know at home, we're talking green, you know, shoulder level, obvious attack. Yellow, kind of somewhere in the middle, and then red, obviously, do not attack. So orange is somewhere between yellow and red.
And I know my buddy Dane Gingrich doesn't like the red, orange, green, purple colors, but it's all right, Dane. We still love you. Oh, wow. Daescu got that first one back. That was a tough ball to handle.
For sure. Attaboy, baby Dill. Great hands there. So why does Dan Gingrich not like it?
He doesn't like
Come on, round of
kind of
applause, round of
pigeonholing
applause,
you
guys.
into
Labeling
yes,
it,
yes,
yeah.
no, and maybe.
Yeah, well,
and I agree with what he's saying too, because I think it's different for every person too.
And
so it's different, like where you're going to attack from is different from where Daescu's going to attack
For
from.
sure,
Obviously,
for sure,
right?
and it's opponent dependent as well.
Correct.
Certain people you can attack orange, and certain people you better not attack orange.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I kind of think of it as a sliding scale, a little bit, kind of 1 to 10. But yes, who you are and the quality of your attack and who you're playing is a big factor in those decisions, definitely.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Adam. Who's in front of you is going to play into that too.
Right.
You're going to have someone who can't handle that pace. You're going to have a ton of green and a ton of yellow right there.
Totally,
you know?
totally.
Even from a low position, because they're either they like to play everything, they're not going to get out of the way, or they can't handle that pace. So many factors that come into it.
Yeah, there's kind of in a vacuum statements, but all that gets tweaked a little bit when we get out on the court and we have these opponent matchups and also partner matchups.
6-5-2.
Well, 6-5 lead here for Dylan Frazier and Andre Daescu as they've answered back nicely. Oh. Oh, yeah. Where's Andre going? Where was Andre going? He was following Frazier.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's he going?
That's the single file defense. Dom, not recommended, the single file defense.
No. The crowd liked it.
5-6-1.
On a big side out there for Johnson and Frazier, or for Johnson and Barr. Good talk there from Andre Daescu. So Rachel Recker standing right behind the court here. That last ball was coming right at her. She was jumping out of the way. She almost took out Selenko's camera. Nice ball right there. Good reach-in from Frazier, right?
He's done that a couple times with the forehand from the right side, almost in the middle of the court. Great job squeezing that middle and putting pressure with the forehand from the right side. Hey, I like the read. Like I said, the shot that J-Dub hits, it's somewhat predictable, but it's just so good.
Yes.
So as you see there, Dylan Frazier read it, but it just got on him so quickly he couldn't convert.
6-5-2.
That ball was dipping a lot as it got to the net.
Yeah, a couple factors there. Barely over the net, dipping, and I think it was a slight pump fake from J-Dub, who stabbed at it with the forehand. So a lot of things working against as J-Dub messes up the net somehow, leaning over it.
What's he doing?
No, J-Dub leaned on the net and kind of adjusted it. That was very interesting.
7-5-2.
That's in. What in the world? Oh, and Frazier took it right off of Daescu's paddle right there.
Oh
Wow.
no, that was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
5-7-1.
Let's go!
Wow, great defense from Dekel and JW, but just too much pressure from Daescu and Frazier.
Check that ball.
Yeah, seriously. How is that thing still alive?
Dekel is right now.
Yeah. I'm sure if it's not broken, I'm sure it's a little wobbly after those hits.
All four players.
J-Dub's like, you guys can handle it. You don't need me.
Yeah, J-Dub not worried. Man, what a crazy point, though. Jesus, some of those gets.
Unbelievable. They went with the ball in the Gatorade cup. Specific
Not so,
ball.
yeah, not in the basket, the one in the Gatorade cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
5-7-2. Side out.
No love. No love on the tape.
Nope. Daescu and Frazier trying to
7-5-1.
add to their lead here. Oh, good defense there from Daescu, but by him leaning to the left, does it put him out of position, Adam?
Absolutely it does. There's no question, and even his length can't save him in that situation.
Oh, Scorpion comes out on top again, Adam.
And yes, it's at least 3 or 4, if not more, from Dekel Barr. I mean, he is low. That right knee is almost on the ground.
It's almost in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's got to worry about being in the kitchen with his knee.
Fortunate. That almost looked like a tennis ball. It bounced up. When Andre hit that overhead, he bounced it short in the court, and it bounced up high.
5-7-2.
You rarely see that.
Hard to do with a pickleball. So one thing I've noticed here, Dom, is that I believe earlier in the match, Andre and Dylan were playing more of a standard 66%, 30%, 33% left side to right side. Now it's a little more even.
Oh, what a gift from Daescu. That's another ball that I think Frazier was like, it's past me.
1 minute.
Right, and I don't think that they've necessarily been targeting Andre, but they've been hitting more balls once they get to the kitchen to Andre on the left side. So I like that more of a 50-50 partnership that goes against the traditional left and right roles, where Dylan is more involved in getting more pressure in the middle of the court. So I like to see that adjustment from them, and I think it's paid some dividends getting Dylan Frazier more involved with those quick hands of his.
Well, obviously it has done well for them so far here. Up 8-5 on the end change here on J.W. Johnson and Daescu Barr. What is the difference here? What do Daescu Barr and J.W. Johnson need to do now that Frazier and Daescu have answered after losing the 2 out of 3?
More scorpions. number one, more scorpions.
More scorpion winners.
But just notice that they've possibly made that adjustment with their court positioning, and it's a little more 50-50, and possibly picking some different spots once they get up in that dink rally, forcing the ball more cross court to Andre, or maybe even putting some balls over to Dylan Frazier's forehand now that he's a little more in the middle. Not exactly sure. Let's see what they come up with.
Andre Daescu to serve after that end change.
Yeah, bad luck. Tough one there, but J-Dub, he did lose a little balance overextending on that one, but the clipping of the tape sealed the deal as Andre smacks that ball for the winner, or forced error.
Wow, nice flip in the middle from Frazier.
So good. That's his bread and butter, his favorite shot, and similar to J.W. Johnson. Not too much variety, but it's so quality.
Oh, wow, what
Dylan
a ball.
Frazier, yes. He goes to the same spot a lot, but it's just so good, and it's so short. So short with the forehand. Very impressive.
Team Dylan Frazier here over in the corner about to erupt if they take this game to 15.
Ooh, I like it.
Heat check?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I like him with the pressure there. It was just way too good of a shot from JW, who, to be honest with you, should not have been able to create that shot from that spot. But he did.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow. That's it.
How did he earn it? How did he earn it? I don't understand.
That ball was coming halfway. It was splitting this half of the court. How did he reach that? The JW kicked it over.
Yeah, I think it clipped,
clipped
his paddle onto the shoe.
Yeah,
kind of Zane Navratil-esque. Did you see that clip from the singles? He kicked the ball over. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, and Daescu looking down the line right there. He thought he might have had an opening. I don't think it was there. I don't think it went wide enough, and so he had to try and flip it back over.
You're exactly right, Dom. Great short stroke. Extended to his right to flip the forehand, and then back with the short stroke down at the feet with the backhand. Fantastic combo, playing phenomenally here in the game to 15, Dylan Frazier.
Oh, bodies up, J.W. Johnson. This is like in the women's match, we had Andrea Coop go crazy at the end, right?
Yes.
When they got to like 10 or 11, that's Dylan Frazier right now.
Super similar. I mean, it is just big time play. I mean, to take control from the right side of the court like this is just very, very good stuff from Dylan. Almost impossible.
So after the end change, it was 8-5. They've gone on a 5-0 run after the end change. They're up 13-5, up by 8. I mean, what are Johnson and Barr doing anything that bad? Or is it just Frazier's playing that good?
Yeah, right. And so you just have to right now, like I said, maybe possibly stop, especially on some of those poaches, stop trying to force that ball to Andre when he's back deep, because Frazier is all over the middle. Got to occasionally go behind him, maybe get him out of the middle some way, and that's the best way to do it, is to go behind. But he is just standing there playing big right in the middle of the court, challenging both players with his hand speed and winning these battles.
You have 1 timeout remaining.
Up Daescu to serve here, up 13-5. 8-point lead here in the game to 15.
Time in. 13-5-1.
Still on first server here too, Adam. Oh no, when it's going, it's going.
When it rains, it pours.
Oh, and Dylan Frazier. Daescu looking over at us smiling, going, I can't believe it.
There is no one happier on the court than Andre Daescu. Nobody is happier.
This championship point here for Daescu and Frazier. Oh, shot. Right shoulder down.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Is championship point number 2 here for Frazier and Daescu.
Goodness.
Oh, and there it is. What a point to end it right there, Adam. Great job by all 4 of these boys. J.W. Johnson and Daescu Barr will take silver, but Dylan Frazier and Andre Daescu, your gold medalists here at the APP Chicago Open, presented by Lexus. Score of 15-5 in the game to 15. What a match. These boys came out on top. Dylan Frazier got hot at the end and sealed the deal for him and Andre Daescu. We'll take a quick commercial break. Come back, I will talk with Daescu and Frazier about that victory. And then we have one more match to go. Mixed doubles final here at the APP Chicago Open, presented by Lexus. Welcome back to the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. I am with your men's pro gold medalist, Dylan Frazier, Andre Daescu. Guys, it wasn't as easy as you wanted it to be. You lose that 2 out of 3. After that 2 out of 3 loss, what are you guys talking about between each other, Andre?
We knew going in that it's not going to be easy. They're obviously both very good players with a lot of success, so we knew it was going to be a battle. We had some tough games the first 2 games. We had a couple of chances in game 2, didn't convert over there, but I couldn't make a third to save my life the first 2 games, and Dylan just kind of stuck with me over there as a great teammate that he is, and I was able to start making some of those thirds, and Dylan kept his level high, and we knew if we kept competing, we have a good chance to win it, and I'm glad we came through in the third.
All right, Dylan, we were talking off camera about what happened when you guys got to 10. You kind of like went insane and just kind of picked everything up. Andre's back there laughing when he's walking back to the booth going, I can't believe what this kid's doing. What happened when you guys got to 10 and 11?
Yeah, well, once we got a little bit of a cushion, you just want to keep the pressure on. You don't want to give them any chances to get back into the game. So you got a little more freeway to go for some shots when you're on offense, and so that's what I kind of did. And Andre played out of his mind. He was dropping really well. I've just got to play my small part of the court for the most part, and he's just going to town on him. So I was glad that we came away with that.
All right, well, a nice partnership here. Gold medalist here at the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. I'm going to bring in Ken Herman. Andre, step right next to me here. Ken Herman, the CEO of the APP, to present you guys with your trophy.
Boy, Andre and Dylan, great job today. You had the crowd just loving all the points you all had out there. It seems like we were here last week in Philadelphia with you with all the events that you did well out there. But for this week, congratulations, Dylan and Andre. You're our 2022 Chicago Open gold medalists. Great job, Chicago Open.
All right, congratulations, boy. Andre Daescu, Dylan Frazier, your gold medalists here at the APP Chicago Open presented by Lexus. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back here on Championship Court in Highland Park, Illinois. Don't go anywhere.